What up? What up? What up? Strictly Podcast, man. My name is Randy Little. Welcome to episode 124. The primary topic of discussion this episode is myself, Sigmund, Rocket, talking Christmas movies. It's a topic that has been done before, but I feel like the only other time I did it, it was like one-on-one with like multiple various different people. This is a group conversation. We've done the group top whatever lists before, but it's Christmas though. It's the last group episode for the year. So I had to make it Christmas. You know how we do. It's December. Next episode, the last episode of the year, will drop on the 31st. And it'll be everybody's 5 favorite movies. The one-on-one episode, everybody's favorite movies of 2023. I guess let's get into the recent theatrically released the weekend of December 1st. The only thing I really know that came out was Silent Night, the John Woo action starring Joel Kinnaman. And this past weekend, nothing came out wide theatrically. Merry Little Batman is on Prime. Candy Cane Lane came out on the 1st as well on Prime. I'm trying to like man up and fight my way through this shit. I've been sick, but I didn't want to bail on this episode, so a cough here and there is probably gonna go down. My bad. Merry Little Batman on Prime, Candy Cane Lane on Prime, neither of which are very good at all, both Christmas movies. But yeah, like this past weekend, nothing came out theatrically. Cause like Poor Things is gonna get a wider release, and there's that Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali joint on Netflix. This upcoming weekend, Wonka comes out. I thought Anyone But You was coming out, but that takes me to the 22nd, which Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom comes out. I think Migration comes out. Anyone But You comes out. And then Rebel Moon, the new Zack Snyder, is going to be on Netflix. And then The Color Purple, my guy Merritt, his most anticipated release for the rest of the year. That's going to come out Christmas Day. The Iron Claw, I believe, is on the 22nd. Let's jump into recent physical media releases. That last Tuesday in November, WandaVision came out. That's Steelbook, Blu-ray 4K. It looks like Love Actually and The Naked Gun got 4Ks. Monk Season 1 got a Blu-ray. A Haunting in Venice got a Blu-ray. I see some re-releases. And then we're with December the 5th. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny finally came out, Blu-ray and 4K. I see a Color Purple 4K. I see a Stand By Me 4K. Looks like Young Guns got a re-release. I don't know what boutique label put The Odd Couple TV show on physical. This upcoming Tuesday, the 12th of December, is probably going to bankrupt me. The Creator comes out. The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 get Blu-ray and 4K Steelbooks. The Weird Al movie that Daniel Radcliffe did is coming out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is coming out. Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out. School Days 4K. Dumb Money is coming out. And I'm copping most of this. Like I said, bankrupt. Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie. How could I miss that? That's coming out. that seems to be it for theatrical and physical releases, man. When I come back, Squad will be here. We'll talk about some early topics, but it's mainly favorite Christmas movies. Rec League Podcast. Back at it. 2.5 men, because I'm not giving Eric and that Avatar pick full credit. So you're the Angus T. Jones of this episode. He dealing with knuckleheads and not even at the mic right now. Rocket seasons your greetings. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, joyous Festivus Boxing Day.
All of it.
Merritt was supposed to be with us, and he wanted to address some shit. So in his honor, I'm gonna address some shit. He hit me up yesterday, and like he feel like I was like kind of like laughing him off, disregarding him. But I thought about it too, and like the final product shows exactly what was said. He hit me up heated because Taika Waititi said that he didn't know shit about Thor. He took Ragnarok for the money, or he took Love and Thunder for the money, or one of them, and like read like 60 pages of a Thor comic. And I love Ragnarok. I love Ragnarok. Put that on the record. It's like one of my top 5 MCU movies. I love Ragnarok. It was
I can't kill you.
Perfect. It was the perfect balance of quirkiness, Marvel, badass, fun, what you want, answered like those Hulk questions, and it's my favorite version of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, period. But then like Love and Thunder is ass cheeks. It's overkill of everything that went right in Ragnarok. So what you think about Rocket? What you think about Taika Waititi's comments and the final product of both movies? And basically Love and Thunder was just a cash grab paycheck for him, and even like Hemsworth has come out and said like if I do 5, we got to go in a different direction and all of that.
Well, I will say this: the first Thor, directed by Kenneth Branagh, is very underrated.
It is.
I think it's underrated. It's a damn good movie. But if we're talking about Taika Waititi here, pretty much Thor Ragnarok, that's my favorite Thor movie in the series. Now, here's the $1 million question, and I'll play devil's advocate here.
Do you have $1 million?
No, we don't.
Then
but let's say
I might not ask that question then.
Let's say Thor Love and Thunder
trash
was good. Would he even be saying these comments?
No.
You know what I mean? And that's the point of it. Is it's funny when, like with us, like Marvel fans, you got normies. Like I'll take this fandom. It can be toxic.
Star Wars.
He goes from doing Thor Ragnarok. Everybody has a great time. They praise him. He goes off and does Jojo Rabbit. He wins an Academy Award for that movie. I think for writing it or something. He wins an Academy Award for. He's being praised. He does this movie, Love and Thunder, and everybody hates him.
Kevin Feige basically told him do whatever you want.
Exactly. And the thing is, I agree. It's not the best Thor movie. It's best than Thor: The Dark World, but I think they overdid the silliness. Like certain scenes, okay, great, cool. With the floating axe, great, the first time. But then they kept on repeating it. Then the goats, after a while, that was too, like, they sided more on the side of silliness. And I think when he did Ragnarok, had a nice balance.
Yes.
There were some jokes, but it was serious. There were stakes, but then, they would, break it with a nice, with a joke. Like, there was good balance.
Yes.
Where here, it was just too much.
Unbalanced.
Too many jokes. I think it was constantly joking all the time.
Yes.
It was always a quick joke here, quick joke there. So, I mean, those are the comments he makes. That's what he says. Do I believe him? To a degree. Maybe when he did the first Thor, he didn't know much about the character, and he did some reading up on it. But to say that he just did it for a paycheck and now this and that, like I said, if Thor Love and Thunder was great, or even half as good as Ragnarok, those comments wouldn't have been made, and we would have never known any better.
I believe it. I think I was watching the animated Grinch before that basketball game last night. At the very end, a goat screamed, and I just thought, ew, Love and Thunder. Ew, Thor, Love and Thunder. Eric, you get the gist of what I was talking about?
Yeah, about Taika Waititi's comments on his motivation for taking the job.
He comes off like too smug and like, oh, I'm too cool to read comic books. He completely does have that like Tim Burton vibe. Like I had no background on the character
of the interview.
Nah, Merritt brought this up. Like I'm like bringing up this discussion on behalf of like Merritt wanted to talk about it but couldn't make the episode.
I get you. So, so you know what show he said that on, right? I'm saying this for a reason.
Nah, yeah.
He said this on Smartless.
Oh, I skipped that episode because I think Taika Waititi's a douche.
Yeah, he said that on Smartless. They asked him about that. He was, he spoke about his family, like, oh, I could support. It's kind of tricky. And I think if you listen to the episode, it comes off a tad different than reading it being quoted in print.
I'm almost caught up on the backlog. I'm on the Craig Robinson episode right now.
Yeah, and I think when he said it, because I actually heard him say it, and he put it in better context than the media is going to do it for him. And I don't think he was trying to come off like that. He was just, and he makes it a tad bit clearer than it is when you listen.
Was Ragnarok for the check, or was Love and Thunder for the check?
That's the thing. He didn't, when you say, oh, I did it for the money, he didn't say it like that, per se.
I want to believe that
he took it into consideration, yes, but who doesn't take a job for the money? Who doesn't consider that?
Yeah.
And but he was honest, and I think him saying he wasn't a fan is not him trying to be, oh, I don't care, I'm too. I think it's him being honest. And once again, if you hear him out of his mouth when he's saying it, it sounds better than reading it in print.
Yeah.
And because it really comes off like that. Even though I heard it, it still came off like that, reading it when somebody quoted him.
The only thing I can give him props for is Bag and Rita Ora.
Yeah, they married now, ain't they?
She's so fun.
Yeah. But I agree everything y'all said about Ragnarok and Love and Thunder.
Trash.
Which is funny. They talking this BS about the Marvels. I'm sorry. There weren't enough. We should have had some more executives on set. Blah blah blah. Get the heck out of here.
The head of Disney literally said that.
Yeah, and
more executives on set isn't going to make more box office, jackass.
No, but like what Sean said, there's a balance with studio. What's the word I'm looking for? Studio collaboration and studio interference. There's a fine line.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can let a filmmaker go too free, and sometimes they got to be pulled back a bit.
If Iger or whoever's running Disney in the moment just lets Kevin Feige cook, you're going to get a good product.
Yeah. And, the thing with Love and Thunder, it was a little too ambitious for his own good. I'm trying to be nicer than Randy.
Nah, bro, it's like... Sorry, Sean. It's not better than The Dark World. It's the worst MCU movie, not the worst Thor movie.
Yeah, it's because I give you this. Y'all speak of Game of Thrones. For as many as people that don't like The Dark World,
yeah, and Terminator Genesis. I know where you're going.
Yeah, no, The Dark World, only second to Ragnarok, has a very distinct look to it. Because a criticism about MCU movies is that they look very plain cinematography wise, and you can tell that I forget his name, Taylor, who's a regular director, Alan Taylor, who's a regular director of Game of Thrones episodes. You can tell that with The Dark World, that this guy has an eye for that certain look.
HBO loves him because he directed The Many Saints in Newark. Sopranos episodes. I think he did The Wire. Yeah. But
anyway, Love and Thunder could have been something special, and they turned it into a $200 million mediocre sitcom.
Yeah.
But
mediocre sounds like a compliment.
Taika Waititi. He's a talent. He'll be all right. He's a talented filmmaker.
Oh, yeah.
He deserved that Oscar for adapted screenplay play.
False.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Next Goal Wins. I'm sure it's not bad, but we'll see.
Because of
But yeah,
Fassbender, not because of him.
But actually, listening to the interview, I think it's the quote was misunderstood. And it makes him come off a certain way, and I don't. That's not the case, in my opinion.
Okay. So I quickly run through the 3 trailers I've written down. I'm not like, I thought the Furiosa trailer was cool. It looks like Fury Road. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, I didn't start jerking off as soon as I saw it though. Like a lot of motherfuckers like, oh my god, new Mad Max, Furiosa. Like Anya Taylor-Joy's perfect casting for young Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's George Miller, so like Chris Hemsworth can be goofy enough to like do that character. It looks like they brought Immortan Joe back. I mean, it's a prequel, so they could.
Right.
But is it before? Oh, never mind. The dude that played Immortan Joe in Fury Road was in the original Mad Max, but he wasn't.
Yeah, he
Immortan
just recently
Joe.
passed away.
Yeah.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think because kind of like the typical Rec League tangent, right? Quick. Like my like I mentioned in the group chat, like my most anticipated list for next year is a bunch of shit that like I'm curious about, but not like overly excited for, and this is on there. So, Eric, what you think of this trailer?
No, like you said, it's a George Miller movie. I'm sorry, Dr. George Miller.
Is it 9 years too late though? Like we heard about this in 2016.
Yeah, sometimes that could be. I don't think there's any gray area with a belated movie. It could just be really good or really bad.
It'll be
and
good.
I think, but George Miller,
I have no doubt.
The gap between Fury Road and Thunderdome, you know?
No shit.
I think it'll be all right at the. Yeah, I don't think is there a bad George Miller movie. And I'm including the Babe movies.
Yes, I wanted to say like Babe Pig in the City just to talk shit, but I don't know.
But that was good. Nobody went to go see it.
Happy Feet 2.
I like that movie.
I'm just talking shit. I've never seen the Happy Feet movies.
Really?
Really?
They're pretty fun. They're fun.
Oh man, I thought y'all was the animated movies. I thought y'all saw them all.
Not all of them.
Yeah, but now Furiosa, it'll be fine. I don't think it'll be it. The only thing it has going against it is going to be compared to Fury Road, which is one of the best modern action movies ever.
But like, I wanted to move. Like Memorial Day weekend is so stacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he did that Genie movie with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton, didn't he?
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that shit either.
Forgot about that.
Lorenzo's Oil, The Witches of Eastwick.
Which is a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, Lorenzo Oil, just a heavy movie.
Jason Bateman and Paul.
But yeah, that's what more can you say? I think it's great casting, like you said. It looks great. Yeah, I can't. I can't wait to check it out.
He didn't direct the first Babe.
No, who directed the first Babe?
Chris Noonan. Is that the villain from Last Action Hero? No.
That's Tom Noonan.
Okay. No relation.
Yeah, that's
Rocket. What you think of Furiosa?
I'm excited to see it, but I knew, like you said, it's been talked about for how many years now? So now that it's finally coming out, okay, I'm excited that it's coming out. Will I be there? Absolutely. Fury Road was fantastic. What got me though is in the trailer, like when they were doing the titles and all that, and you're reading it, is like 45 years before the, like the timeline. Like, where does this take place then? Is it before? Because they were saying, when
the original Mad Max collapsed. Is like 45 years old, right?
Yeah, because it says during the world collapse and all that, but yet Mel Gibson's character Max, when Mad Max, there was still civilization.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, where does this fit? Like, does this take place, say, after Road Warrior? And then even though Thunderdome is happening, this is happening at the same time? Like, where? But that doesn't make sense because, well, this one would make sense in that sense. Because Max is not in this movie. This is a young version of Furiosa.
Facts, yeah.
So I can see where maybe this took place after Road Warrior, even though Max is doing his own thing on the side. And then, you know, say Beyond Thunderdome happens, then they meet up again in Fury Road. Like, that's the thing is, like, I understand you're trying to do these side characters, these movies, but if you're going to do it, you know.
Every franchise needs a universe.
Make it fit in the overall story or timeline. But George Miller did say he doesn't care about that stuff. So
there will be a reference.
You know, so at the end of the day, I mean, I'm excited to a degree. Yeah, I feel like you, Randy, looking into next year, stuff being pushed back and all that because of the strike. My most anticipated movie is Dune 2.
That's an honorable mention.
That's going to be early because I think it's coming out in March.
Mm-hmm. They just delayed the Fall Guy because of that.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens for next year. But with Furiosa, you know, I'm excited to watch it.
I thought I was going to be the only one that felt like that. I love you guys.
No.
Nah, bro. I don't think you don't call it a Mad Max saga without like, and it's going to be like 2.5 hours long. So you don't like call it a Mad Max saga without some kind of Max reference. Should we do the TV show or the other movie? I'm asking.
It's a TV show.
The Boys, season 4.
Can't wait.
That's it.
Can't wait.
That's
it.
Can't wait. I mean,
like the scene of like Homelander like off to the side among all the chaos was like, dude, that's season 4 in a nutshell. Like, I love it.
That's one thing about the show is they're not scared to do the crazy.
Nah.
I mean, what was it? The opening episode of season 1. I mean, you got a guy walking into a penis hole. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, yep, that's what I need to see. Do not watch this with kids.
Pause.
So I was dying laughing. I was like, yeah, only the boys will pull this shit off. Same thing with Gen V. If you think about it, same thing with Gen, like, they're not scared to do anything. Like, what is it? The Boys, what was it called? Mexico, wherever they call the other spin-off? I can't wait. Who the hell knows what they're going to pull off with that?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting a jalapeno pepper shoved up their ass.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But I mean, like when it comes to the Boys,
I'm a federale.
I
did it for the red, the white, and the green.
I don't know. But like I said, the Boys to me there's nothing much to say. Because for the most part, I know there's going to be people that don't like the show. I get it.
It's so wild.
But the majority that I know of does like the show. And it's a fantastic show. The writing is great. Characters are great. Acting. I mean, that show leaves you speechless after every episode.
It's so crazy that, like, among everything that DC is doing or trying to do or about to do, and everything that Marvel is doing or trying to do or about to do, Prime or MGM, I'm not sure, has, like, between Invincible, The Boys, Gen V, has, like, the peak comic book content right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's always stuff that is comic book or hero related to a degree that nobody knows. Like, nobody knew what the hell The Boys was until the show came out.
Prime has Merry Little Batman instead of Max, so that's a knock against Amazon.
You know, so that's the thing is sometimes some of these characters or in the comic book world that are getting shine and get put to light now are characters that, like I said, unless you're a low-key fan, like, I'll be honest with you, I never heard of The Boys until the show came out.
Nope.
And I didn't even know it was a comic book. And that's the thing is, like, don't get it twisted. Like, some of the, like maybe normies don't understand. The Boys is basically about, you know, Jack Quaid's character, Carl Urban's character, you know what I mean? though they're the boys, not the heroes. You know,
Yeah,
some people get
the
that
seven.
mixed up.
But I mean, if the new trailer, Butcher says it. He tells whoever Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, "What's your code name?" The boys. That was the worst Carl Urban of all time. I'm ashamed. Who come up with that bullshit? Jeffrey Dean Morgan steals everything he does. I just hope he's not dirty.
I just hope that, Jared Padalecki gets a shot in this show because Tim Kripke is the writer. They all did Supernatural together and all that. So we'll see if he brings in Jared Padalecki even on a episode.
That'd be cool. Flashback episode with whatever his name is, Soldier Boy. Yeah, Soldier Boy off in this hole.
Jensen Ackles, yeah.
Superman, that hoe. Eric, you there?
Oh yes, I'm here.
No knuckleheads.
Nah, but what is this? The 4th season of The Boys?
Yeah.
I'm curious if they have what I'm worried about is, of course, when this show came out, those who knew about the comic or whatever, they knew. Homelander became the thing about the show.
Yes.
And I'm curious if they have with the show an end game.
No.
At least discussed.
Marvel will not let them borrow Thanos.
You knucklehead. But yeah, you don't want the show still do this to jump the shark.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if they're scared to kill off Homelander,
Thanks for that spoiler.
I mean, no, it's not a spoiler. I'm saying just in general.
You just confirmed he dies in the comics, so he's going to die in the show. Thanks a lot.
Oh, go ahead. Have y'all read it?
Nah.
Yeah. Here we go. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Randy, you take it.
Last trailer before the first break. How do I even say this? Godzilla times Kong, X Kong, the new Empire, Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire. Trailer was fine until they started running at the end, and now this looks shitty.
Looks could be deceiving. It could be a non-finished product too. Look at Aladdin. Let's take Aladdin for example. When they were doing the trailers for Aladdin, and all that, some of the CGI with Will Smith did not look good, and I'm like, oh boy, look great in the movie. Remember, this is just a trailer. Let's see what the finished product does look like.
No, I just like the team up of them running, not the effects or anything, not anything visual, just them running together. Yeah, let's go stop the bad gorilla. Godzilla, Kong had to help Godzilla with the robot Godzilla, and now Godzilla has to help Kong with this other ape. Whatever, dude.
I'll be there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see it. Shit. Self-torture is something I do on the weekends with movies that might not be that good.
I mean, but look at I'm just happy we're living in a time where on either side of the world, different filmmakers are making different Godzilla movies.
Absolutely.
And one of them is legitimately fantastic.
I just felt like the kid in Shrek Forever After. Do the roar. Do the roar.
Eric, have you seen Godzilla -1? I'm dying to see it.
Yeah, I have. I just saw it yesterday. And I wish I could. I was trying to hold off. There's no premium cinemas around me showing. I just went to a regular one. But no, it's definitely go see it. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
The rich boy had to settle for something pedestrian.
But no, it's real deal. Legit. Real deal Holyfield. I need to log down one too.
Real deal Holyfield. Let's break, then we get Christmassy. All right, December, Christmas season. These dudes off wax talking about kung fu movies. I ain't even really put a list together. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause like I don't like on my Christmas movies list. I have like my 5-star movies 1 through 5, but I don't know if those are like my 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you can watch some dog shit during Christmas, and it's a Christmas movie. I like it. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't mean to cut you off, host. I gotta tell you something. Piece of trivia. You know what? I'm gonna wait till the movie comes up. It's definitely gonna come up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was incredibly rude.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you off.
No disrespect, but fuck you.
So anyway, he come in there and he said, "Look, I'm Rick James. No,
I'm Rick James, bitch." Rocket, this top. Like first, I want to put this shit out there because like. As like a counter topic, I thought about talking about this, but then I thought like I was weird and nobody else thinks like this. But like, do movies that come out around Christmas time but are not at all Christmas movies give y'all Christmas movie vibes, or is it just me? If you listening and watching, drop a comment too. Because
what's an example?
Like Migration comes out Christmas Day. Wonka, Aquaman, The Faculty. Fuck, I had something.
I'll be honest with you.
Like the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I know what you're saying. So I'm going to contradict myself.
But no, I'm done.
It's like, I don't think so, unless it's Christmas based. But when The Greatest Showman came out, it came out like I think December 20th, like the week of Christmas. And even though it's not a Christmas movie, it does give you sort of like a Christmas vibe.
That's what Wonka's going for, like that family warm fuzzy. It comes out in December.
So that's why they're doing it. They want the family to go see it during this. Yeah.
So no, I'm dumb.
No, but no, you're not dumb.
Like The Faculty comes out Christmas Day. There's nothing Christmas about it at all.
But you know what though? It's also about that experience. So, for example, say you see a movie on Christmas Day that has nothing to do with Christmas,
like Married in the Color Purple in 2 weeks.
You know, you see it with your family, whatever, and you guys have a great experience and all that. That's a memory you will always have, and you will always associate that movie that we saw on this time. So it all depends on everyone.
So it's not weird if I watch The Iron Claw next December.
Nope. Not at all. Shit. I just saw a movie that I didn't even know I loved. I grew up on this movie and didn't realize it takes place during Christmas. It's called Night of the Comet.
Wow.
Night of the Comet.
That movie in 20 years.
Like the reindeer?
No, it's called Night of the Comet. And it's funny because I saw that movie growing up as a kid, you know, it was 12, 13. It was always on HBO.
Yeah.
Had it on Blu-ray. Shout Factory or Screen Factory released it. They upgraded to 4K. I've got the 4K. I was like, you know what? I want to see what the picture quality and all that is. And I haven't seen the movie in so long. It's during Christmas time. And not even like it's a zombie. It's kind of like a quote unquote zombie-ish apocalypse type movie.
Yeah.
But it takes place during that time frame of Christmas and all that. And I never realized it until I seen it last week. I was like, damn, how did I not remember this?
The Earth is passing through the tail of a comet, an event which has not occurred in 65 million years and coincided with the extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs. On the night of the comet's passage, 11 days before Christmas, large crowds gather outside to watch and celebrate.
See?
Adding it to the next year's
Mary
binge.
Stewart. I used to have a crush on her. She was a kid at Bernie's.
Hey.
Oh, man. I think everybody did. Everybody did.
Yeah. This is before your time, Randy.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers
you
old.
born in 90.
Y'all motherfuckers old. I'm
Randy's
not.
born 94.
We good.
No, born 1994, right, Randy?
1986. Come correct. This movie's only a year and a half older than me. So, all right, Rocket.
That's crazy.
What's your number 5?
Yeah. My number 5.
This is your idea. You didn't put a list together either.
No, I got my list right here.
All right.
I got my list right here. Number 5 to me, I think is White Christmas.
Racist.
He beat me by 1 second.
Oh man, White Christmas. Oh man, yeah, it's terrible.
The irony that Eric's first pick is Black Christmas.
Oh man, damn.
Yeah.
No, White Christmas. I grew up watching most of these with my dad, and the funny
Bing
thing is
Crosby.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney.
You
is
so
George
old. I
Clooney's
kind of
aunt.
I feel bad about the jokes. You so old.
No.
Killing me.
It gets older. Trust me. So
Great.
but like I just grew up watching them with my dad, you know, and these movies. So like, moved out here, moved away from my family, and that's what reminds me of back home and said. So I just kept watching them. So pretty much like that's one of my top 5 that I watch every year.
It's not bad.
Eric, which version of Black Christmas is your number 5?
That's funny. Black Christmas, the original one. I gotta say this. Have y'all seen it? The original?
I've only seen the 06 dumpster fire.
Yes,
Oh,
I own it. Margot
So
Kidder.
Black Christmas has got to have the worst detective work.
Yeah.
Without
Oh,
okay, Randy hasn't seen it. So the ending, one of the best endings in a slasher movie. And so without spoiling it got 50 years. Too bad y'all ain't seen it.
Yeah, just say it. Just do it.
Now, so they leave
I think I got my 5.
the final girl after we think the killer is taken care of. They leave the final girl. All right, cops, our work here is done. We're going to leave you here alone. Bye. And then the phone starts ringing. And that's when the camera pans out. I'm like, man, y'all are the most horriblest. Well, it's like the Simpsons Chief Wiggum type. Like, well, that's it, boys. But anyway, my 5th movie, man, I'm going to go, since people, they want to rag on it, talking about, it's not I'm going to say Die Hard.
That's 5?
Yeah, I'm putting it low on the list for a reason. Because there's more traditional Christmas, there's much more traditional movies on my list.
That's the thing. This might be my last show after I make this comment. But at the end of the day, like in the beginning, when how we got started talking was, like I said, you know, I didn't think Die Hard was a Christmas movie. But like, I think that's the thing in my mind. Is, you said it, Eric, a more traditional Christmas movie. Like I said, I brought up Night of the Comet, and if you actually think about it, yes, it takes place 11 days before Christmas and all that.
And we're going to get to the bottom of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but if you take that Christmas element away, it was just
Nothing
have
changes.
any of that. Nothing changes, and that's how I feel like with Die Hard. But like I said, I understand why you guys do see it as a Christmas movie, because there's certain elements of like that.
Here we go.
The thing is, if you take Christmas away, everything does changes because it plays into it. Why is Bruce Willis? Why is John McClane visited? He literally
he's doing this for the Christmas party for his wife.
got invited to a Christmas party by mistake.
Yep.
Who knew? Why are the terrorists doing what they're doing on that particular date? Because they know the building is going to be empty. Everybody's going to be on one floor for the Christmas party.
Yep.
California.
Saying, you know, there are elements that, even though it's not Christmas 24 all the time in the movie, the Christmas element is the reason why these events are happening.
Christmas plays into the plot. This is what makes it so easy.
This is Christmas music.
Yes, exactly. It's being used as a joke, but then you got some idiots out there who are taking it seriously. Rambo takes place during Christmas.
Yes,
but
it does.
It doesn't not play into the plot.
First Blood?
At all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yes, First Blood.
Same thing with Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, like I love Lethal Weapon, and I watch it almost every year. But yeah, you can take Christmas out of Lethal Weapon and still have the movie.
And I'm gonna tell you this: go deeper. There's Lethal Weapon. Tell me what these have in common. Lethal Weapon, The Long Kiss Goodnight, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3. Shane Black said the reason he sets these movies during Christmas is he said he finds it interesting that these evil things are happening during such a wholesome time of year. He said Christmas doesn't necessarily mean anything to the plot. It's just that always intrigued him, that so much bad could be happening around such a wholesome holiday. That's why he does that with the Christmas. So that's that. And yeah, Die Hard Christmas is important to the plot. I don't know if you take it away, there is no robbery of the building. John McClane will not be there. These elements were written like this very specifically.
And like I said, I understand why you guys see that. Like, because me, I could watch Die Hard. I could watch it in January. I could watch it in
that's
June.
the thing. It's beautiful.
It came out the thing about it.
It came out in July.
July. I'm sorry, but also so did Holiday Inn. That's the movie where the song "White Christmas" comes from. It's not the movie White Christmas.
Racist.
Nope.
Almost 10 years before.
And the funny thing about this, my wife says, we'll get to that movie on this list. But my wife says technically Holiday Inn is a all year round movie because it celebrates all the holidays.
Does Chingy know this?
Stupid. But anyway, now Die Hard. I'll put that as number 5. And one of the greatest action movies ever. And a pretty decent Christmas movie. And there's an element that's very important in traditional Christmas movies is family. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the movie, their marriage is on the rocks. They get into an argument. And, these traditional Christmas movies, they play, that's usually a big factor, which is family.
I can't believe she used her maiden name.
Yeah, exactly. Gennaro and McClane. But that's Die Hard is what it is. And I think it's a great movie. And I'm actually going to see it tonight in theaters.
Shut up.
For its 35th anniversary.
I saw it in the theater, I think in 2020.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you saw it on the big screen.
I wanted to see it twice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's number 5 for me. Die Hard.
I think every movie I'm gonna mention is some shit I watch every year without fail. So I think at number 5 I'm gonna go with The Night Before.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the raunchy humor, it's dumb as fuck, but I love it. It's hilarious. Cause it's got all the elements that y'all talking about, family and Joseph Gordon-Levitt trying to avoid family, but knowing like coming to terms, like, bro, you got to grow up. Seth Rogen's having a kid. Anthony Mackie's like lying to his moms and shit. And all Joseph Gordon-Levitt wants one last holiday with his all 3 of these dudes are so close that they're basically family. They're brothers. And 2 of them are mature and 1 of them isn't. And this party kind of brings all this revelation and shit. And I laugh my ass off at this shit every year. Dead air.
What was that?
I don't know, dude. I'm trying not to die on air. Yeah, that was my 5.
My 4, and this is interesting. But it's a newer movie.
The Night Before.
It's Violent Night.
Violent
Night.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
That's my number 4. I didn't think, that's the thing about, it's basically the black, dark horror, comedy, all that. Mm-hmm. But there's you think about a lot of horror Christmas movies. I don't know if you would consider this a horror film.
Wait, Violent Night with David Harbour?
Yeah.
No, that's Die Hard in a mansion.
That movie's great. But
with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be my number 4. That would be my number 4.
It's not horror though. It's action.
It's action, dark comedy, a
Yeah.
bit of everything. But there is another one that coming up. It'll probably be my next pick, but that's very underrated. So, but Violent Night is my number 4.
Eric, your number 4.
My number 4 is probably the most recent movie that's gonna be that's
Silent
come
Night.
out or whatever. Yeah, what was that?
Silent Night.
No, not that recent. But recent enough. What, 5 years? No guess?
Bad
No
Moms
dead air.
Christmas.
Nah.
Bad
So, one of my favorite actors of all time, Snake Plissken himself. And
Oh yeah,
The Christmas Chronicles.
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Those
I
are
think
good.
that's-
Those are
I think
good.
that's
I haven't seen the
rather
second one.
underrated movie.
Mm-hmm.
And a pretty good movie.
I agree.
And Netflix original. I think it's what I think these traditional Christmas movies. It has all the elements, and I think it does all of the elements well. And of course, it doesn't hurt. It's a large part of it set in Chicago.
No, now I see.
He said, "I don't get it, you son of a." No, but yeah, I think it's a cute movie. It's a good family movie, and and Kurt Russell was a good damn Santa Claus. Come on.
Yeah, he was. I enjoyed those. I even enjoyed the second one.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I can never find time to squeeze in like a rewatch so I can see the second one.
it's
I always watch
it's
shit that
not
I
really a
like.
spoiler because the second one you know who's in it, but I think it was
Mhm.
watching the first one for the first time. There's a really awesome, for numerous reasons, a cameo of who Mrs. Claus is.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was just real
It was
awesome. I mean, leaves a
it was
big
perfect.
smile on your face.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Right before it goes
does.
off.
It does. I agree
But
with
yeah,
that.
the Christmas Chronicles from 2018. My number 4. Not 4, number 4.
Fuck, I need a cough button. My number 4 is a actually good family movie.
Yeah.
Is The Santa Claus. Tim Allen's
Oh, okay.
first Santa Claus movie. I watched The Night Before for an obvious reason, and I watched The Santa Claus for an obvious reason on Christmas Eve every year. It's the weirdest double bill of all time. Yeah, man, it's just like the humor is like a little more adult, especially than the sequels. I haven't even watched the show yet, like I'm ever going to. But yeah, like there's some adult humor in a Disney 1994 release. Like the kid is like so invested in him, like be putting the suit on, and then all the weird shit that happens throughout the year. I love it. Like it might not be like a well executed movie, I think it is, bro. Like I said, watching Candy Cane Lane, bro. Like there's something about a holiday movie that just makes it feel worse than a regular bad movie. And when a holiday movie is good, it kind of elevates it too. You know what I'm saying? Like Tim Allen is good as Scott Calvin, and like businessman putting on weight, can't explain it, and then just accepts that shit at the end, especially when he's got to save his kid. This shit is dope. I love that movie.
Yes. So where we at, number 3 or never
3?
did it 4?
Rocket's number
Number
3.
3. I don't know. I think people need to talk about this movie more, but Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's well.
That movie.
That was your underrated movie?
Oh no, it's not there yet.
Okay.
Scrooged.
Okay, that's my number 3, so I don't have to do number 3. But it's the best version of A Christmas
Dang.
Carol. Period.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all about number 3s.
Oh damn.
Let's get
There
it.
we go.
Bill Murray's
That's number.
for all the beef between Bill Murray and Richard Donner on set. Bill Murray's peaking this shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
And then Karen Allen.
No, yeah, right. 80s Karen Allen,
So
like you
fun.
mentioned in the group.
Yeah, that movie's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's there's
I
a quote.
care.
So it's funny. I was talking to my sister about this. Bobcat Goldthwait was 26 in this movie.
That's a rough 26.
Yeah, you beat me by 1 second. That's a really rough 26.
Wow.
That's
But
a
he
rough
doesn't look
26,
bad
bro.
now, which is funny. He matured very well.
Yeah.
Was this after Police Academy? Like some of the Police Academy movies
Yeah.
that he
Yeah,
did?
it was after because he appeared for the first time in part. He was in 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
And so it was definitely before Scrooged.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why I know so much about Police Academy, I don't know, but
I need to get me that Shout Factory set,
Yeah,
man. I've been
that
dying
set.
for those for years.
But Scrooged, it's really neat. I like that they have all of Bill Murray's brothers are in the movie.
I only know his dad in the Christmas Past.
Yeah, well, his brother in the movie is his brother in real life.
His literal brother.
Yeah,
I know the guy playing his dad is his brother. But
Yeah,
the guy
that's
that
his
plays his
oldest
brother
brother.
isn't his brother.
Brian Doyle
Yeah.
Murray. Brian
They
Doyle
look just
Murray.
alike. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Wait, the dude, I forget his name. I just watched shit like 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that plays his brother is his real brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's looking like Cap.
You can't see it. They literally look just alike.
And I think the guy who plays his dad is his, I think, older brother.
That is, I know
yeah, that's
that.
his oldest brother.
Yeah.
And Joel Murray is a guest at the when they're playing a game at his brother's house. He doesn't have any lines. He's just sitting on the couch.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you would know that. That's funny.
No,
Oh, Randy.
I didn't even know that was his brother. I knew his brother. I knew the older brother played his dad in the movie.
Yeah. And his younger, keep forgetting the youngest is you have to look it up. But yeah, when he gave him like, what about your brother? How?
Yeah.
But yes, great performances all around.
Yeah.
Learn something new
Carol
every day.
Kane as Christmas Present.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Ghost of Christmas Past. That was so for you youngins out there, David Johansen was also a musician back in the day. And what was his name, Sean?
Oh, Poindexter.
Buster Poindexter.
Poindexter. Yep.
And he had a hit song. He remade Hot, Hot, Hot.
Yep.
But he's the ghost of and a little trivia. Sam Kinison was in the running for Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh man.
So Sam Kinison was a comedian from back in the day, Randy.
I'm familiar with the name.
Yeah.
I think Buster Poindexter did it well. Sam Kinison, that would have been real.
I'm curious what it would have been like. Yeah.
Yeah, it was real interesting.
And John Glover is the guy who's threatening Francis's job or Frank Cross's job, and he's real good. It's just like all around. I don't see. And that was like you said, Randy. He's like Niagara Falls, Frankie. That was a good scene. That was
Yeah, it was.
And when his mother is kissing him goodnight, and he sees
Yeah.
And then when he meets and it's so many funny parts. It's like all pouring in. But I'm gonna let y'all. I've been doing all the talking.
Nah, I mean, that's one of the. And the funny thing about that movie, Scrooge, like I remember when it came out as a kid, I was never interested in watching it. And then it finally came out. My brother gave it to me as a gift. Got me the movie for Christmas one year, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna actually sit down and watch it because I would always catch parts of it, and I fell in love with the movie. I'm like, this movie's dope. The movie's fantastic.
Yeah. And people forget. Well, of course, I'm too young to have known, but you go back and research. Bill Murray was on a little bit of hiatus from '84 to '88. he wasn't in a major role. He had a cameo in Little Shop of Horrors in '86.
Word.
But other than that, he was not in the movie for 4 years.
Wow, never knew that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
I don't know why he was in 2 movies in '84, Ghostbusters and Rager's Edge. And other than that cameo, and never found out. Nobody never knew why he took that break.
Mm.
And if you know anything about Bill Murray, you know he has a 800 number to get in contact with him with. He doesn't have a manager or an agent, and he has this number.
He ain't got to pay nobody.
Very hard to get in contact with. Like what's it, Sophia Coppola? She offered him the part, and literally days before filming, he just showed up to the set for Lost in Translation.
Crazy. That's crazy. That is a Bill Murray thing, though.
It definitely. But yeah, and there was I'm trying to find his Richard Donner quote that he said about Bill Murray. It's funny, but we'll go back to it. And so here it is. So this is Bill Murray's quote on Richard Donner.
Uh-oh.
He said, "Every single minute of the day, that could have been a really great movie. The script was good. There's maybe one take in the final cut that's mine. And we made it so fast, it was like doing a movie live. He kept telling me to do things louder, and louder. I think he was deaf." Bill Murray said that about Richard Donner. And Richard Donner said about Bill Murray, he said, "Bill Murray is the best person that Bill Murray will ever work with."
Yeah, I can see that. Well, didn't, like, on a different project, I think it's called What About Bob? Bill Murray and
Richard Dreyfuss.
They hated each other.
A lot of that on the screen was easy for Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Because he was annoyed with him. But one thing about Scrooge, when is the last time, how recently have y'all seen it?
Days ago,
I saw y'all. Yep, a couple of days ago. Yep, same here.
So shouts out, man. Danny Elfman should have like 10 Oscars.
Bro, I was just thinking that.
And it's insane. These scores, like, you know, it sounded the same, but it didn't. You knew a Danny Elfman score when you heard it.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy about that is that, you know, since being on the show and doing the show with you guys, like, I would just watch a movie and not even pay attention to the opening credits or whatever. You know, now watching movies, I look and see who's, you know, directing, who's, you know, wrote the score, and Danny Elfman was the one who did, like you said, Eric, for Scrooge. And I'm like, damn, he did this. Like, I'm learning, like I said, every time I see a movie, I'm learning something new about somebody who's, like, been around for so long that, like, I know of now, but didn't know that, damn, that was him back then, you know?
Rick is here to educate.
No, definitely, for real.
But let's break one more time, and then we'll do 2 and 1. Rocket, your number 2.
Yep, I'm cheating. 2 of them are tied for number 2.
I'm cheating for my number 1.
So, to me, it's A Christmas Story.
Trash.
Right?
What the?
Bruh,
Christmas Story.
I'll explain.
I grew up with Christmas. Love that movie.
I bet you did.
I grew up. Damn, man, I grew up with that movie, but that's my number 2. But tied with it is the movie that I think needs a little bit more love, and it's underrated. It's Better Watch Out.
Oh.
People don't. I like it.
I need to rewatch it.
It's definitely has a twist to it, but I've seen it now.
I think the twist is when I knocked points off.
I start catching little things here and there prior to what ends up happening. So, what was that, Eric? Oh,
he hung up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like, I watched it when it first came out, and I thought it was cool. And now I don't remember the twist, but I remember something happening that I wasn't in love with.
So, I just enjoyed it. It's different. Watching it, like I said, this year again, because I'd never seen it until last year, I think.
Okay.
I was like, oh, damn. And then so I watched it again, and pretty much just you start noticing little, like once you know what the outcome is, you start looking for other things, and you start, seeing newer things.
All right, so
so
streaming on Prime, with Prime and Peacock, because I have not seen it. I will.
It's a cool little movie.
I'm
it's a
check
cool
that
little
out tonight. Yeah,
the two kids from The Visit and the Peter Pan from the Hugh Jackman Peter Pan.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's knives and
cool
slasher
movie.
elements.
I enjoyed it, but I think it needs to be, like I said, it's definitely in the horror category. So, but those are my number twos, with basically, like I said, A Christmas Story, and I have to check out technically the real sequel to A Christmas Story. I think it's called like A Christmas Story or something.
Yeah, a Christmas, something like that. Yeah, I haven't watched that either.
For whatever reason, and like Nick holds my feet to the coals on this. For whatever reason, as a kid, I never saw A Christmas Story. The first time I saw it, I was grown, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
it's tailored to me. It takes place in Indiana. There's a character named Randy. I should love this shit. But for whatever reason, these little crybaby ass kids, I do not love A Christmas Story.
Yeah. I don't know. It has a lot to do. I don't know. Christmas Story. So first of all, Black Christmas,
racist,
and Christmas Story is directed by the same person.
Crazy.
It's true.
But now go ahead. It's interesting. I know it had to have been extremely dated when you watched it, but now go ahead.
No, that's it. That's your number two.
My number two. Oh, it's me?
Oh, it's my turn?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
1 Mississippi. 2 seconds up.
Dead air.
Dead air.
Dead air.
Dead air talk.
Bro, I can't wait till Sigma Cinema Podcast get resurrected. I'm gonna be on that motherfucker, and I'm just not gonna say shit for like 5 straight minutes.
Man. I'm doing this for y'all, for the children. I'm supposed to be writing reports right now.
Sigmund is for the kids.
It's for the children. No, but my number two is
Come again? Pleasures of the Flesh.
From 2004, and it was a pretty good movie. My number two is the Polar Express.
Oh
yeah, that's me too.
Nah, I like that. Man.
So sorry, Mr. Zemeckis.
Randy, I never you be the Jimmy Cisco of the group.
That's a sad movie. If you think about it, that's a sad movie.
When the Polar Express came out, 2004, I was in tech school. I didn't get a chance to go see it. Another one that I didn't see for like 15, 20 years later, the first 2 times I tried to watch it, like 2016 and 2017, I think I fell asleep.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
I was one of the few. I don't know if they re-released it. Funny enough, the movie initially didn't do well, but it later in its run, it grew and made more and more money. The word of mouth got out there. Now, I'm not claiming it's the greatest Christmas movie ever, but I think it's underappreciated.
Man, we like
it.
What
Definitely
we like.
Underrated.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with that.
Shout out to Robert Zemeckis and a lot of filmmakers like him. You look back, the technology can be a bit dated. It's that uncanny valley, with that dead eye look with the animation. But I think it's still fantabulous animation. Is one of the most awesome. It's not cheating, but there's an awesome sequence it's a one take scene that has to do with the one of the passengers' tickets. I think that's one of the most awesome scenes. And Robert Zemeckis, just his animation, his direction of animation, and I think it's just fantastic. The movie's going to be 20 next year, and I think it holds up. And Tom Hanks plays no less than 5 characters, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And of course, Tom Hanks is going to be Tom Hanks for the most part, and I think he's good in this movie. Yeah. He's the conductor. He's Santa Claus. He's the hobo on top of the train. He's the ghost. So I think it's a good movie and a good family movie. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it's extremely underrated and should be talked about more.
I agree.
And this movie, is this movie on 4K?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Yep. It dropped on 4K this year.
And I think this movie probably looks
better.
Fantabulous on 4K. But yeah, that's my number 2 though. Polar Express. Give it another shot, Randy.
Next year.
Randy just hating on all our picks. Like, man,
I'm not big on Zemeckis' Christmas Carol either.
He going Randy all Rick James on our couch with our picks.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Hey, my number 2's already come up, so y'all can't hate on my shit.
What's number 2? Your number 2?
Guess.
Die Hard.
What was it?
There you go. Circle gets a square.
There you go. It is Christmas music.
I love Die Hard.
Yeah, it's
this isn't my cheat, but it could be because Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie too.
I think that Die Hard 2 is the second best action movie ever. The first is True Lies to me.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Because I think
wait, what?
Die Hard is always getting all the props. Die Hard 2 gets not forgotten about, but not necessarily talked about like it. Yeah, underappreciated. Just like I said about
it's like the stepchild of the franchise.
When it's the third or fourth best movie in its own franchise.
Yeah. Die Hard 2? What?
I like Live Free or Die Hard and With a Vengeance better than Die Hard 2. The only bad movie in the Die Hard franchise is the one that we're not going to talk about.
One. Yeah, fuck that movie. Whoa, sorry, YouTube.
Indeed. Fuck A Good Day to Die Hard. A good day to go fuck yourself.
But no, Die Hard is classic and yeah, it's just what it is. But
Hey, John Boy, the cops are here. Why don't you let them do their job? I don't remember the specific quote.
Yeah, you're like, and Alan Rickman.
I'm not the one that just got butt fucked on national television.
Yeah, skip you too. We going all in with the F-bombs. Alan Rickman's first movie.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That is so crazy.
And like, you know what's interesting with this? Actually watching this movie with the German person. Yeah, I dated back in the day. Your boy dated a German chick.
Nice.
And so you remember the scene?
Guten Morgen to you.
No, when they start shooting out the glass because Hans realized he doesn't have any shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a question. He says something to Carl in German. He's a Schiefen Festa, and he looks at him weird. And then Hans rolls his ass, shoot the glass, right? So I was curious, after we were having sex and we watched the movie, I asked her, like, why did he look at him like that?
That's the equivalent of a name drop. I like it.
No, she said Alan Rickman's German's actually pretty decent, but the translation wasn't. He translated himself wrong. He didn't say shoot the glass in German. When he said it in German, he said shoot the window.
No.
And that's why Carl looked at him funny. So that's like and then he says it in English, shoot the glass. So like Randy said, we're here to educate you.
Thank you.
Even the host gets educated. Even the host gets educated.
So what's next?
Number one?
Oh yeah, everybody went.
Rocket's number one.
That was your number 2, right?
Yeah, that was my number 2.
My number 1 is Holiday Inn.
All right, there you go. Just mentioned that earlier.
Didn't we already talk about that shit?
No, that's my number 1 is Holiday Inn.
Old ass.
All right, so explain it to the young and Randy what that movie's about.
Please.
I mean, you got Bing Crosby, you got Fred Astaire. I mean,
ain't no Chingy on the soundtrack though. That's a flop.
No, man, but it's like Eric said, that's basically the song where white White Christmas came from.
I swear, I
And
thought you was about to say white people.
Nah, White Christmas. That's what the song White Christmas. And then what was it, like 10 years later they made the movie?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just wild because back at that time, that movie's great. You have Fred Astaire. It is, if you think about the movie, it's crazy. You have in the beginning of the movie, you got Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, and they're in act with this female. Well, Bing Crosby is engaged, or he thinks he's engaged to marry his co-partner. Her. Well, she doesn't want to. He wants to retire from dancing and the performing, and behind his back, she's dating Fred Astaire, and they're engaged. The movie's wild. If you think about it,
that doesn't sound very Christmassy.
It's Christmas, all right.
Sure, it sounds very Christmassy.
You can't be out here chastising John McClane when you talking about some infidelity love triangle shit, and they just got a Christmas tree in the background.
But it's funny because if you think about it, what's happening there, like nowadays, the people be dying left and right about situations like that. But it's wild how it was back then. He leaves, he moves, he finds a little spot, calls it Holiday Inn, and there's this other actress or this lady who wants to become an actress or performer, and she meets Fred Astaire and his agent, and they send her up there. It's wild, it's crazy, and and the triangle starts all over again. But it's a fun movie.
Damn,
it's a fun movie. Have you ever seen it, Randy?
No.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. At least
definitely
once.
Seen it years ago. It's on. It's streaming somewhere. I looked it up last week. I forgot.
The Bible.
Now, Holiday Inn is streaming on Prime.
They have the black and white version, and they recently
colorized
it's wild. Yeah, they colorized it on the Blu-ray.
It's streaming on an old box TV.
When they dropped it on 4K, they just left it in black and white. So
streaming on a television set with an antenna on it.
So, and there's a story behind that too.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that. We got to get off to a whole other thing. So, my number one.
What's your number one?
Yep.
I'm gonna say this, and y'all tell me what movie it is with a big piece of trivia. In the movie, the main character watches an old Christmas video from 1955 on a reel-to-reel. So,
the fuck?
From 55 to the year this movie came out is the same amount of time from 2023 back to when the movie came out. So the same amount of time he's watching his old childhood video for is the same amount of time it is from 1989 to now.
Nobody told me there's gonna be math involved.
Right.
So
it's Christmas Vacation.
So in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase he gets trapped in an attic, and he's watching his old Christmas videos or whatever, and it says 1955 in one of the videos, 55 to 89, 34 years, 89 to 2023. Yeah, 34 years.
That's wild.
Yeah, and that's the movie give me. Somebody brought that to my attention. Like, damn. And I want to share another story with y'all because I love y'all. I remember going to see this movie. 89 is the most memorable year. I think at my youngest, I remember going to see Batman. I remember going to see Lethal Weapon 2. I remember going to see Christmas Vacation. I went to see Christmas Vacation with my auntie, uncle, and my cousin, who's the same age as me. This is the day I realized I will hate my uncle forever. So, my auntie is my mom's sister. So anyway, we're going Christmas Vacation. My uncle goes to get some popcorn. They start showing previews. They showed a preview for RoboCop 2. And here I am. How old was I in 1989? Young.
About 15. About 15 with your old ass.
So I was 7. So here's RoboCop 2. I'm an excited 7-year-old. So who else can I relate to that's there? Now my auntie, now my cousin who's female. My uncle comes back. I'm like, ooh, like, Uncle, you missed it. They showed the preview of RoboCop 2
That shit look weak.
Without missing a beat. My uncle looked at me and said, "Ain't nobody going to see that shit." By the way, kid, screw your dreams. Santa Claus don't exist. Shut up.
Let's go watch Harlem Nights, young blood.
And the look my auntie had on her face, she had such a look of disappointment when he said that to me. Like, come on, you don't talk to no 7-year-old like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It shows, there's a meme where they show Clark Griswold from the movie, and it says, the older I get, the more I relate to this guy.
For sure.
And you can see the comedy is great. It's a lot of it is slapstickish, but you can see the stress of him wanting everything to go right for the holiday. Families coming over, neighbors you don't like, relatives you don't like.
Bruh.
Come on, this movie is perfect when it's coming to the Christmas. You know, you're going shopping. If you good-looking women flirting with you.
Hey.
Hey, look at that, Russ. You can't see the tan line, can you? And work. I've been in that situation where we should have get that bonus situation. Remember he's the meeting is over and everybody's leaving. Like, how you doing? You're like, like, hey,
eat shit.
how you doing? Eat shit. Kiss his ass. Kiss my ass. And shout out to the late great John Hughes, who wrote the movie. John Hughes is on fire, like,
bro,
until he just stopped. As far, especially in the 80s, but
yeah.
And this was supposed to be, there's a controversy with it. Just like Bill Murray, Chevy Chase has a reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Who directed Home Alone?
Chris Columbus.
Chris Columbus was supposed to direct Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
And Chevy Chase put a stop to that. Chris Columbus.
I think that's why he got Home Alone.
About it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why he got it, because John Hughes, he put him on Home Alone. But yeah, Christmas Vacation, I think, is the quintessential Christmas movie. It has everything, and I know in my years, I've had that rant that he's had at the end during the holidays, and I know a lot of people have at least thought about having that rant.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, other than that, this movie is comedic gold. Like, every little line, like when his neighbor was David Duchovny, right?
It was Julia Louis-Dreyfus and...
Well, no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking something else. It was Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I always thought that was David Duchovny, the other guy, her significant other. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I'm sorry. But when she asked him, when they're going in the house, and she said something along the lines of, where are you going to put that tree? You're like, you bend over, I'll show you. Just, you know, all of Chevy Chase's little...
Nicholas Guest.
Yeah, Nicholas, there you go. But no, that's my movie. I love that movie. I watch it every year, tradition.
I watch it every 2 or 3.
Yeah.
If we were doing 10, I'd mention it. But
yeah, but no, that's definitely my number one. It's a real... Yeah, meaningful Christmas movie.
My number one, and I'm kind of glad Nick isn't here for this.
Oh, no.
My number one is my cheat, and my number one is Home Alone and Home Alone 2, speaking of Chris Columbus.
Okay. All right.
Home Alone 2 with like the Tim Curry shit and the Rob Schneider shit may be a little funnier, but like it just doesn't top the original. I watch Christmas Day without fail. I'm watching Home Alone. The 26th, without fail, I'm watching Lost in New York every year.
There we go.
No other Home Alone movie exists to me.
No, go ahead. I think Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2 has in common what Beverly Hills Cop and Beverly Hills Cop 2 have in common.
Elaborate.
Is Home Alone 2 better than the first one?
Not in my opinion.
Does Home Alone 2 do a lot of things better than the first one?
Sure.
Right. That's what Beverly Hills Cop is definitely not better overall than part one, but it does quite a few things a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't disagree.
Yeah, and Home Alone 2, I think we were talking about the brick scene in the group, weren't we?
Suck brick, kid.
Like, suck brick, kid. I mean, just the slapstickish stuff with the seesaw thingy and him laying on the car.
Home Alone 2 is way sillier than the first one, but it all works. It all works. It's the Thor thing.
The movie knows it.
Yeah.
Like with the skeleton and the electrocution.
Yes.
I mean,
Love and Thunder tries to do so much that Ragnarok did, but they lay it on way too thick.
Yeah.
Home Alone 2, Chris Columbus, the writers, everybody involved in Home Alone 2 knew exactly where to cut it off.
They knew to pull back. Yeah. It's a certain... And you know what's disturbing? Like, man, they were straight. Like, when they caught him and took him to the park, okay, they were straight about to blow his head off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, man, you think about that.
That's why it's great, though. Like, the silliness with the house and the traps is hilarious. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like, Harry and Marv are still bad people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And definitely Home Alone. Yeah, but you
like,
gotta tell me if any one of y'all. So Kevin's father was definitely a criminal.
No.
I think he was a lawyer for a criminal or something.
Kevin, you spent $948 on room service.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, what else is Chicago known for? Crime.
Ain't that about it?
Got him. But man, like, I want to shout out like The Holiday, Just Friends, Harold and Kumar, Bad Santa, Elf, The Family Man, Trading Places, Last Christmas. There's so many good Christmas movies that we didn't mention.
Yeah.
Friday After Next, Jingle All the Way, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I feel like I'm in the minority. Sorry, Eric. Which Grinch do y'all prefer? 'Cause I feel like the Illumination Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch is a little better.
As far as what? Better than the original Grinch, or
no, the Ron Howard Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch.
No, I agree with that. That's easy.
My best character in Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch is Kenan Thomas's character, Mr. Bicker. What's his name? Bicker Slap?
Close enough.
That's my favorite character ever. But
oh yeah,
I don't know. I would say obviously the Grinch, the original is the original, but
not the TV special. Like the TV special is undefeated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's in its own category.
Bickelbaum.
It's funny because we just saw the Jim Carrey one 2 days ago, and I showed my wife, and she's like, she thinks it's okay because if you think about it, it's a lot of inappropriate stuff said. You know, like that goes over kids' heads and all that.
Oh yeah.
But like when
only
that
Shrek
came
can
out,
get away with that.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays people want to burn the film down. So I mean, it's like it's a movie of its time in a sense, if you want to put it that way. So.
Damn, where was I gonna go?
But like Randy, like you said though, there are a lot of them that we did not name.
Yeah,
Like one of my favorites, and I still have to buy it. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. I grew up with the Jim Henson stuff. You know, I grew up with that.
No, yeah.
Was that another one from 1943?
Shut up.
Killing me.
Oh man. Man, so this was the last group conversation of the year. The next, like, let me know when y'all available, like the week of Christmas. The next 2 episodes is going to be how I do that top 5 favorite movies of the year, 5 most anticipated for next year. The next group podcast will be like January 7th. And that'll be a first quarter preview. I'll be back to wrap it up. You better wrap that gavel up, B. It's Rec League Podcast. Yo, I'm a beast, I'm a creature. Throw me a few G's for a feature. You can get cats whack raps cause it's cheaper. On the reluctant, I can step up, be a leader. You can't deal with the consequences of your decisions. That's now on you. When I take charge though, that's a foul on you. Halliburton type shooters, even if the release funky. Running point, set the pace. When I pull up, it's money. She bout to need way more than 16 candles to catch this long dug dong. We all struggle. Count your blessings, not what the fuck's wrong. The way I beat 'em with these bars, I'm feeling like I'm Kimbo Slice. Final destination, and I beat death twice. They think they got me figured out. That's a hardcore no way. Especially these women's. I got a Dodger like Shohei. Except for one, if it ain't her, Killer Mike say I gotta run. 16 bars out this bitch, and I think that I'm done. Chill until the next episode.